Alrighty, so here's a little bit of help for your standard form worksheet. Number one is asking you to rearrange some equations. So that's just what we were doing last unit, where you want to find out what you want to get on its own. You're trying to figure out what you want to keep, and then get rid of everything else. So let's say for this one, d equals st. We want to isolate for t, which means getting rid of the s. Okay, right now it's s times t, so to get rid of that, you would divide it out. And that's why they have over here t would be equal to d over s. Now the rest of these guys, they want you to write the equation in y equals mx plus b form. That's what 3 is saying as well. Isolate for y, write it in slope y-intercept form. So 2, 3, and 4 are all the same. 5, for us to do that, well, it has to be in y equals mx plus b form first. So I'll show you how to do one for number 5, and then that'll help you out with 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we're looking at this one here. Identify the slope and y-intercept of this line. Now, for us to find the slope and y-intercept, it has to be in y equals mx plus b form, right? Our slope is m and y-intercept is b. So for how this is right now, I want to get y on its own. Okay, we know for y equals mx plus b, the y is on the left side. So this term is great where it is. Okay. Now, I do want to get rid of the x, which means subtracting x from both sides. Okay, and then I do want to get rid of this 6. So really the only thing we're left with on that left-hand side is going to be a negative 2y. Okay. Now, when I subtract x, I'm going to get equals negative x on my right. And then I'm subtracting 6, so I get a minus 6. Okay, so that's a great start. Okay, we've gotten rid of our x and our 6 from that left side. Now, for us to have something in y equals mx plus b form, it has to be just y. Okay, so that means we want to divide everything by 2. So what we're left with, oh, you know what? Let's divide by negative 2, so we get rid of that as well. So when I do negative x, that's like negative 1x. So we get negative 1 over negative 2x. Now, that's a little bit ugly. Okay, so I think these two negatives could cancel each other out. That looks good. And then I've got negative 6 divided by negative 2, so that's going to give me positive 3. So perfect. Okay, that's in y equals mx plus b form. That's in slope and y-intercept form. Now, our slope is the number in front of your x. So in this case, our slope is going to be 1 over 2. Okay, and by leaving that as a fraction, it's a lot easier for us to tell what the rise and the run is. Okay, so that means our rise is 1 and your run is 2. And then y-intercept, that's our b, that's our constant term. So our y-intercept is that 3. Okay, so now for us to graph this, well, you were using your slope and y-intercept. So the easiest thing to do is start off by making a point at your y-intercept. Okay, so we would have a point at 3, and then use your slope. So it's rising up 1 and then over 2. And then you can repeat that same pattern, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And each time you do the entire slope, you're going to make a point. So you'd have a point at 3 where it starts, up and over, new point, up and over, new point. So it should be this nice kind of diagonal line there for you. Okay, now hopefully that answers all your questions. Good luck with the rest and enjoy your break.